Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Jurassic Park Amber Collection, Dr. Ian Malcolm. But also, let's compare him to his previous version and see the differences. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much, much appreciated. Today we are taking a look at the Mattel Jurassic Park Amber Collection. And no, you're not seeing double. I have two different versions of Dr. Ian Malcolm. Of course, played by the legendary Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park way back then. And why do I have two of the same figure, I hear you ask? Well, if you look a little closer, they are different. This one on the left here is version 1. This came out nearly 2 years ago now when the Amber Collection first sort of started. Since then, they've picked up the pace, got a little bit better. So Ian Malcolm got a re-release with some upgrades. So in my opinion, version 2 is the better figure. That's why I've brought the same figure twice, essentially. I always want the best version on my shelf, and in my opinion, it's version 2. But why is it better, I hear you ask? Well, I'll tell you why. Version 1 has the stand. That's how you can notice it's version 1. Also doesn't come with a walkie-talkie. Now version 2, no stand. He comes with a walkie-talkie accessory, but the differences don't stop there. There are deco improvements on his overall outfit. A lot of dirt on the boots compared to the clean boots of this side. There is also upgraded articulation, which is a big deal for figures at this scale. The original release has single jointed elbows. This second release, version 2, has double jointed elbows. Also has a much better face sculpt, a much better likeness to Ian Malcolm, in my opinion. So they are the differences. There are also differences on the back. So if I swing it around to the side, you can see that Amber Collection mosquito in the amber. Do you get it? Amber Collection, where they got the dinosaur DNA. There is also different pictures on the back. Version 1 has smiley Ian Malcolm. Version 2 has Ian Malcolm with the flare distracting the T-Rex. Both write-ups are very similar, but there are differences. As today I'm opening version 2, I will read you that one. It says, an expert in chaos theory, Dr. Ian Malcolm is one of the few original visitors to Jurassic Park. While he often uses humour and sarcasm, he has a deep understanding and respect for the power of nature and knows that life finds a way. He also has the wombs to prove it. So yeah, today, as I've already said, I'm opening version 2, but I did want to point out the differences for anyone thinking about getting on board with this Amber Collection. I've really been loving picking up some of these iconic characters from one of my favourite movies in the scale I love all these years later. Some of the first toys I had as a kid were those Kenner Jurassic Park figures. So now I get to rebuild that collection in a much more accurate way for the shelf in a scale I love. So Mattel, please keep them coming. I know the new Jurassic Park movie is coming out next year and it's meant to have the original casting, so I'm hoping Mattel don't slow down. But today, as I said, let's move version 1 out of the way. I'm going to open version 2, comparing to some of the other figures, and without further ado, let's do it. So here we have Ian out of the packaging with all of his accessories, and just first impressions. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park and you love action figures, then you need this guy in your life. Even the accessories are spot on. We get a walkie-talkie, we get in the glass where he's showing Ellie the water dripping in the car. We also get the flare that he uses to distract the T-Rex, and he also comes with an interchangeable set of hands so we can hold all the different accessories. He scales great as well. As I said, I love this sort of 6-inch, 7-inch scale for my collection, and we can see he is 6 3/4 inches, so he's going to scale very nicely with some of the other Amber figure collection I already have, as Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum, is pretty tall, to be fair, so that's going to work out nicely. But let's zoom in and take a closer look. So starting off with the face sculpt, I think they've done a really good job. If I remember to in post, I'll throw up a side-by-side image of Jeff Goldblum, of course, from Jurassic Park, and you tell me, what is the likeness like? I think in person, it definitely looks like Jeff Goldblum, definitely from certain angles as well. The glasses are a little bit tinted, but you can see the eyes painted under there as well. He's got a tiny bit of 5 o'clock shadow. The lips are nicely subtly painted. The hair sculpt is spot on. Like, you cannot deny that definitely looks like Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. Jet black, no detail in there at all, but the sculpt is very nice. Sideburns down. The glasses are attached onto the head. They're sort of glued to the sideburns, which I'm fine with. I'd rather that than the glasses constantly falling off. And I like how that you can see through them just a little bit. And if I lift them just a tiny bit, you can see The eyes are painted under there, but obviously I don't want to warp them, so I keep those glasses above his nose. And yeah, I think they've done a great job there in regards to the face sculpt. But you let me know. But yeah, that's Jeff Goldblum all day long. Zooming out a little bit just to look at the rest of the figure now. It is very simple. Black shirt, black trousers. He has got his shirt open a few little buttons, you know, for the ladies. You can see his pendant there as well. And I don't even think the first version had chest hair. But look at this. I've actually painted on some chest hair for Jeff Goldblum there. Version 1 didn't have that. So that's worth the upgrade alone, right? Black belt, moving down to the back trousers, black shoes. And as I've mentioned already, they have some updated deco, as he's got a bit of dirt, if it will focus for me. There you go, a bit of dirt on his boots, which version 1 didn't. But as you see in Jurassic Park, it's raining a lot. He's definitely running through some puddles. So yeah, that's a nice little detail that version 1 didn't have. So he's got a bit of brown on his shoes there. Hopefully he's not stepped in any dinosaur, you know. But yeah, this is very nice. So again, on the back, not much more deco, just all black. But again, that's the outfit he wore. He's got a watch on this hand, which is sculpted onto the wrist. Not sure what time it is, I can't tell, upside down. And then on this hand, he has an actual ring as well. But he does have some interchangeable hands, which I'll get into in a minute. But I do, just before we go through accessories, just show you how good this articulation is on this Mattel figure, all right? So, head can look up and down. It's just on like a ball joint. Arms, though, go all the way out to 90. And check out this, right? So the shoulders will swivel and all that good stuff all the way around. But look at this, double jointed elbows. Look at that. He can flex on us all day long. That is some great range of articulation there. There is also a hinge on the wrist, so they can hinge back and forth. But yeah, that double jointed elbow is great. And there is a swivel just above the elbow as well. You can see it sort of breaks up the shirt, but it is sculpted on, so the shirt sort of comes over. But yeah, there's a swivel there. So great range of articulation on the upper body. There is no waist ab crunch, but there is a waist sort of diaphragm joint, and he can move back and forth on that. And then there's a cut for the waist just above the belt. Because he's wearing black, it's very nicely hidden, so the swivel on the waist is there, so that's really good. Now his legs, he can do the splits better than some Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures. Look at that. He can lift his leg up really far as well, no problem at all. And then look at this for double jointed knees. He can kick his own ass all day long. There is also a swivel just at the thigh there, so there's a swivel there. And then obviously he has, I can't tell if it's, there's definitely a hinge, but I can't tell if there's any ankle rocker, maybe a little bit. But he has got pins on his feet, even though this guy doesn't come with a stand. If you have the previous version, at least you can salvage the stand. So yeah, in regards to articulation, for this Mattel Amber Collection, this is essentially the Marvel Legends equivalent of Jurassic Park figures. That's how I can explain it to you. It's really good. And he also comes with some accessories. So as I said, in this hand, he's sort of just got a sort of hole and a grip, and that is for his flare. So let's put his flare in there. So that fits nicely in place. Like you can hear it squeaking, and now it's actually looks like it's on fire as well, because it's sort of a dark red plastic, and then it sort of goes to like translucent red. So look at that. I think they've done a great job there. Nicely sculpted smoke on there coming out of this flare. And yeah, if you get this posed up with one of those Colossus T-Rexes, it's going to look good for sure. Like, look at that. Really, really nice. I like that a lot. This hand is sort of a bigger open grip, and maybe you can hold his walkie-talkie. Yeah, you can. So you can hold his walkie-talkie there. I think some of the other Amber Collection figures come with a walkie-talkie as well, so now they can communicate. And obviously, because he's got that great range of articulation, look at that. All day long, he can talk into the walkie-talkie. Help, I'm being attacked by a T-Rex. Like, so good. So good. So he does have a set of interchangeable hands, which are, one of them is a wider grip for the actual cup accessory, where he's actually got the water in there, you know, from the scene where he's showing Ellie the water dripping. Or he's just quite parched, because obviously he's running away from dinosaurs all the time, so he can treat himself to a little drink. So that's a nice little touch, and again, a little Easter egg from the movie. The other interchangeable hand is the same as the walkie-talkie hand, just now in the other hand. So obviously he can hold the walkie-talkie in right or left hand, no problem at all. Communication all day long. So he does come with one set of sort of grippy for the walkie-talkie, and then the other two hands are for the cup and the flare more specifically. So yeah, there's all his accessories, and overall this is a very nice figure. Jumping into some comparisons, here we have a great example at how good these Amber Collection figures look and scale when you start piecing the collection together. So here we have Ian Malcolm compared to Ray Arnold and Dennis Nurgery, and as you can see, they scale really nicely together because Jeff Goldblum is taller than Samuel Jackson, so he's taller, and obviously they're both taller than Dennis Nurgery because he's shorter and fatter, let's be honest. But yeah, these scale really nice together. Here we have Ian Malcolm compared to a couple of other Amber Collection figures that we've already got, which include Ellie Statler and the legend that is John Hammond, and he may seem invisible on my white background, but I promise you he's there. He's just wearing all white, obviously. But yeah, look how good these look together. This Amber Collection is really starting to pick up steam now, so if you're an action figure fan and a Jurassic Park fan, do not sleep on what Mattel are doing. And obviously they're going to round out the cast from the original movie as well, because we are going to get Alan Grant as well very, very soon to sort of complete that core team. But yeah, so far, so good. Here we have Amber Collection Ian Malcolm compared to Mini-Me Ian Malcolm, aka the Legacy Collection Ian Malcolm, as this was the only way to really get an accurate version of Ian Malcolm in figure form, but they only did it at this scale until now, obviously. So these are the only two Ian Malcolm figures I have in my collection, and they're for different collections. The Legacy, Amber Collection, both have a spot on my shelves. Obviously this guy can have the Jeeps, he scales better with dinosaurs, but for me, you're never going to get the accuracy at this scale that you can get at 6-inch. But still, it's nice to know you have options in scale when collecting a toy line. And yeah, Jurassic Park, as I said, go and take your pick. And of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic Park if we didn't have some dinosaurs in the mix. And that's what's so good about this Amber Collection. They're actually doing dinosaurs in scale with these 6-inch figures. And here we have a Velociraptor that is exactly that. Look at how tall this is. Very much in scale from what we see in the movie, and there is so much articulation on this Velociraptor as well. Like, you can get him posed up in all sorts of ways. Articulated jaw, look at that, he can bite his head off, he can crouch down low, the arms come up, the tail has some bendy wire in it, and it actually moves. Like, these are so good, people. Like, I'm very tempted to sort of army build these raptors. But yeah, if you are on the fence with this Amber Collection, as I said, please don't sleep on it. And this isn't even anything Mattel are endorsing me to say, but if you're a Jurassic Park fan, then you need these in your life. Like, these are so good. And it wouldn't be right if we didn't end on a Marvel Legends comparison. And as I said, look how good he fits in scale with Marvel Legends. It is spot on. Jeff Goldblum could actually be Captain Britain at this point. They're virtually the same scale. But of course, here we have Ian Malcolm compared to Captain Britain and worthy Hal Fire Hank. So, final thoughts, I'm obviously a big fan of what Mattel are doing with this Amber Collection. Jurassic Park is genuinely one of my favourite movies, fond memories as a kid, and it still holds up to this day. And yes, we love dinosaurs, but we also love those human characters from the film. And now I can collect them in the scale that I love, and that's something I didn't think we would ever do. So we've virtually got all the human characters now from the first movie. We just need the kids. We just need the two kids. We just need Lexi and Tim, and we are good. Because we know we're getting Alan Grant. So yeah, round out the team. Give us a 2-pack of the kids, Mattel, and then I will leave you alone. But yeah, really happy to have these figures on my shelf. If you're interested or you're a fan of Jurassic Park, then pick one up. Give them a chance, because I do think you'll be impressed when you get them in hand. Start with this Ian Malcolm, and I promise you, you'll jump down the rabbit hole. But you let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, check out the videos tab. Check out my Jurassic Park playlist if you want to see other Amber Collection reviews. But most importantly, if you like action figures, you like a little bit of nostalgia, then you're in the right place. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much, much appreciated. You can also hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Thank you very much. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, or on Twitter as well at Dan Who Reviews. It is that simple, people. My name is Dan W, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.